If you're a lefty on social media, you might have noticed that for some time now, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has not been spending much time on social media, which kind of sucks in a variety of ways. She's a very good advocate for the issues she supports and the values she holds. So not having her there has hurt a little bit, but there apparently is a good reason, and it is not tied to the fact that she had COVID at the beginning of this year. In fact, I believe this was on Instagram, she explained why she's been gone for a bit. Here's that video.
That's so funny that you bring that up. Yeah, when I got COVID, I turned off all my devices, which means I wasn't really on social media that much or anything like that. And I found that when I went to open Twitter up again, it just wasn't really making me. So, I mean, literally I would go to open the app and I almost felt anxious. People kind of fight and gossip and all this other stuff so much. And there's a lot of negativity on there, but I'll be back, don't worry.
Okay, so she said she'll be back, we have no idea when. So it was tied initially to her being away, and she got the experience that usually you have to sort of intentionally set out for yourself, which is purposefully not being on for a while. She just happened to not be on for a while because she was sick. Sometimes people will go away on a trip and then realize when they come back, oh, I wasn't on social media for a while. Isn't that different? And so much of the experience of being on social media at all times becomes normalized, just that you will expose yourself to whatever crazy thing a person wants to inflict on you and just constant negativity. It's totally true. And so when you take a bit of time away, it becomes so clear. And so I sort of get what she's saying. Logging back on willingly after weeks of not getting constant death threats and sexual comments and unfair criticisms and bad faith attacks, I can see why that would be appealing. I mean, there are literally let alone, there's the trolls obviously, and there's the right wingers. There's all of that baked in insanity, but there's also been over the past year or two, people who would formerly have identified as the left, some might still be claiming that, whose entire life and career is attacking her and people like her on a daily basis. So we're just getting attacked from all sides seemingly, or ostensibly all sides. I don't know, what feels at some point like, what's the point? And of course, that's the goal of all of this, of the trolls, of the right wingers, of the post-left grifters or whatever. It is to marginalize you and minimize you, to drive you away. And as I said in the intro, she's a very effective advocate. They don't want her to be an effective advocate. They don't want her motivating people and inspiring others to follow her example by running for office when there are obviously so many obstacles against you. They don't want that. They want to drive you away. They don't want her there. They don't want Ilhan Omar. They don't want any of that. And so on that level, it's unfortunate to see it, that it is affecting her. And I know myself, I get not 1% of the hate that she does, but I feel that sometimes. I know many people who work at TYT start to wonder what the point of being on there is when you are exposing yourself to so much negativity. Obviously, it is not limited just to that. There are great things and there are great people on those platforms, and you want to use it again to advocate for issues and all of that. But I do wonder whether she will come back in the same way. And I also wonder, this is total speculation for the future, but she has previously talked about the fact that people's assumption that she would be like most politicians and just, this is my life, for the rest of my life, I will be in politics. Either staying at this level for 30 years or moving up and running for Senate or for president or whatever, is by no means a foregone conclusion that she might not want to be in politics forever. And that might be sort of driven by the same sort of negativity and toxicity that happens on social media. We'll have to see, she gets to make her own decisions. Desperately need good politicians on the left. We have so few, you could basically count them on two hands, that I would hate to see her driven away in that way.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.